And we are in this thing. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the podcast. Now, this podcast has literally reinvented itself a bunch of times. My first idea of doing this was mixing all the sports I watch into one podcast and have me in my closet just not doing shit. And that came out to be pretty stupid and boring. And then I thought I could get my beautiful girlfriend involved and have her read off subject lines and stuff like that. Getting her to do it was tough. 2 microphones and everything like that. It became a lot of work. So I think this is my best edition of my podcast idea, where instead of just having a picture and you listening to me talk, or having just a video of me talking, I figured I would use this software to show you some stuff while I'm reading off of it and making comments on it. You can actually have something to see. And I have all my trusty sources up. I got Wikipedia, I got the UFC homepage, I got betting odds, and I got Bleacher Report, which Bleacher Report is where I get all my MMA news. Sounds like I was sponsored by them. I'm not at all. So this being the first official episode of the podcast, I'm gonna try. I say try. I get very unmotivated at times, but I realize if you want something to be successful, you just got to keep on doing it. So hopefully I can do it. But so I'm doing this Friday. Today's Friday, February 23rd, 22nd. And I want to do it on Fridays, so it's out on Saturday before the fights start. Because I realize that most podcasts I listen to, they're kind of done at the end of the week. They kind of have them in the beginning of the week, and then they're done, and not much to listen to. So I want to do one in the beginning, and I want to do one at the end. So I'm gonna try to do 2 a week, and we'll see how that goes. But welcome to the first episode. And I was literally, before starting recording, I was literally thinking about, what am I gonna call this thing? And then I figured it doesn't really matter, you know. I was thinking of the Openweight podcast, like Openweight, like pride fighting, where there's an open weight class. And I think like it's kind of like a play on words, because open weight, there's no limits, open-minded. You get what I'm saying? Like it's kind of. So I thought that was a good idea. So I think I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with open weight, but I'm not sure. I'm subject to changing it. Well, I guess I need to title it something for the fucking title of the video, huh? But anyways, so this podcast is going to be a MMA podcast where we talk UFC and all that kind of stuff, really get into it. And instead of taking notes and everything, I got my news sources up here where I can comment live and we can talk about everything that's happening, because if it's happening recently, it's going to be on here. So let's just go over some overall news before we go over the fights tomorrow. What we got here, remind me later. Fuck you. They're the headlines. GSP retiring. Here's my thing about GSP. Without a doubt, he is Mount Rushmore. Without a doubt, top 5 fighters of all time. The thing is, he was really too nice for me to really get behind. And I don't want to be this guy. I don't want to be this guy because I hate this guy. I hate being this guy. I'm never this guy. I just hear other people being this guy. I'm not one to say shit like this, but I feel like GSP ducked Woodley. And rightfully so. If you're going to duck anybody in the UFC, I feel like Woodley's the guy to duck, because he kind of does everything really, really good, right? So, yeah, so I kind of, a little sour taste in my mouth because I felt like GSP ducked Woodley. But I could be 100% wrong, and they could have never offered him the fight and all that shit. But Woodley says GSP turned down the fight. But however much weight that holds, I guess, is up to you. But yeah, it's definitely sad. A part of me is sad that we won't, at least right now and for the foreseeable future, we will not see Khabib versus GSP. Because how fucking cool would that be? Because you think about it, we just saw Israel Adesanya versus Anderson Silva, and that was kind of like, the old best striker versus the new best striker, or, don't take that to heart. I'm not saying Adesanya is the best striker in the world, but, it was kind of, it made sense. And then Khabib GSP definitely made sense. You got the alleged, a former best grappler in the world versus the alleged current best grappler in the world. So that definitely would have been fun to watch. And it would have been probably more interesting since Khabib's champion. And GSP, his last fight, he won a belt. So it would actually be probably more interesting than Adesanya versus Silva. More interesting in the fact that there's just more credibility right now with those two. Silva had all the credibility in the world before, but now, I'm talking about right now, today. But yeah, so he's definitely Mount Rushmore. A part of me is a little sad that we won't get a Khabib GSP match. What we got here? Suspended 2 years for steroids. Stopped CB Dalloway. Oh shit. Okay. Why does God hate CB Dalloway? Yo, okay. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna make sure that I'm thinking about the right instances here. Am I fucking right? I think I'm right, and if so, that fucking sucks. Where am I at? Yep, I'm right. Why does God hate CB Dalloway? Like, the dude gets knocked out. He's past prime. So, and he gets knocked out by Hector Lombard at the end of the first round after the bell. And then he fights a dude who's fucking juiced. Wait, did they do anything with his record? It's still a loss. Well, it fucking shouldn't be. He fought a monster. That sucks. Because Dalloway got shitted on his last two fights. According to USADA, the 2 positive drug tests will be treated as one UFC because the amount is detected in both samples is consistent with administration via injection prior to the sample collected. So they're saying he just shot the shit. He just went sticky icky right into the back of the elbow. That sucks. Sucks for CB. Let's keep it going, shall we? Volkov versus Overeem. That's a good one. Hell yeah, that's a good one. I'm excited for that. Give me that. You really have to understand how much better the UFC heavyweight division is than everybody else in the world. I'm sorry, but Bellator has the shittiest heavyweight division in the world. They take everybody who can't fight anymore and put them in the fucking ring together. It sucks, man. At one point, people were saying how the UFC heavyweight division shit. Compared to what, bitch? Don't play that game with me. Hold on, my dogs are being assholes. Hey, stop. Come here. Come here. Lay down. Come here. Yeah, so, I don't understand why people at one point were just talking so much shit about the UFC heavyweight division. There is no heavyweight division anywhere else. Bellator? No. One, no. Any other company? No. Like, you want to talk about the PFL? No, we're not doing that. This is great. This is a great fight. Volkov is a beast. Overeem's fucking Overeem. Overeem's 44-17. Holy concussions. Dang. It'll be in Prague, Czech Republic. That's great, dude. What a fight. Wait, hold on. More fights? In addition to the cards, Marcelo Golm is fighting. I'm not going to lie. And those who are close to me can attest to this. I thought Marcelo Golm was going to be the shit. And it turns out that he's not. Tybura versus that guy? I'm not even going to try to say that name. I see him fight, though. Roxanne Modafferi versus Shevchenko's sister. Nice. Okay. I feel that. Well, that's good. Good main event. Can't say much about the other fights, but yeah, no. Usman said, Champ Ty Woodley giving me... Wait, UFC Champ Tyron Woodley giving me chance George St. Pierre robbed him of. I don't understand that. Oh, I get it. Oh, so he's saying... So that's the background. That's back to what I was saying. So he's saying GSP wouldn't let Woodley fight him, and Usman's saying Woodley's giving him a chance to fight him as a contender. That's nice. That's nice. Now here's the thing. Here's how I feel about the Usman and Woodley fight. It's obviously so good. Like, it's so good. But whenever we get fights like this, they turn out to be boring as fuck. They do, and I hope that that's not the case. Because Woodley naturally has boring fights for the most part because people are scared to death to take any chances. It's so crazy. Like, he literally knocked one punch is all he needs to change the whole fight. And he gets it too. It's not like he's just praying for that one punch. It's literally like, it's accurate as fuck. It's 1 for 1. And then Usman, who's kind of like Woodley, you know, good wrestler, and then just has a shitload of power because they got that crazy strength. So I feel like if you asked me with a gun in my head, is the fight gonna be entertaining or boring? I'd say boring. But I love both of them. I love both guys. Woodley's, Woodley's in my top 5. So, and Usman, I've been on the Usman train for a while. So, I'm excited to see it. But you know, I think it's gonna be boring. Honestly. Got the betting odds. We'll go over that later. GSP versus Khabib, biggest missed fight ever. If Khabib Tony doesn't happen, I think that might be bigger. Cause I mean, it's okay. It's weird. Okay, here's why it's weird to me. It's weird because it's 2 different weight classes. It's weird because it's 2 different weight classes. That's why I don't think so. Because there's certain guys that have been in the same weight class for forever, and they should have fought so long ago. And then, you know, you naturally think about it. When guys are in 2 different weight classes, I don't think about it. I guess I can see what they're saying because Khabib has talked about going up to 70 before, but GSP dropping to 55 is that I don't where. It's my question. Where? Did you see him in the Michael Bisping fight, GSP where? At that point, it looked like, how did you make 70 at that point? But biggest misfight ever? I don't know. I don't think it holds that much weight. I don't think people care about it as much as they should. You know, because me, I do this shit. Like I'm diehard, but even then, it doesn't really move the needle that much for me. If you said, do you want to see Khabib versus GSP or Khabib versus Tony, I would say Khabib versus Tony 100%. Like, not even a doubt in my mind. You know, but we'll see, you know. Mackenzie Dern pregnant, fighting career on hold. Well, he could make the weight anyway, right? Not maybe. Not, I mean, depending on how her body reacts to having a child, making 115 might be a little harder. But congrats to her. Nate Diaz was all over IG reacting to GSP's retirement. Oh, let's do this. I haven't seen this. Let's see. GSP was all over Instagram. Well, don't make me watch anything. Can I scroll down, please? Come on, computer. Oh my god, you're trash. Nick Diaz said, congrats. Congrats. Nice to see someone leave well enough alone for once. He's still scared, homie. Oh my god. Alright, this computer's fucking with me, so I'm not gonna go back there. See if there's any more juicy ones that we can talk about. More GSP. Rose. Oh, why do you do this? Please. Stop it. Go back. Rose Namajunas signs partnership deal with Reebok. That's weird. I guess it's a like a solo endorsement. That's good. Shout outs to Rose. I think she's marketable as shit. I think if you were to say who are some champions in the UFC that they just don't put enough promotional dollars behind, and I would say Rose Namajunas, and then my second one would probably be Tyron Woodley, but he's probably part of the reason for that. So my number one answer would be Rose Namajunas. I don't understand why she fights, she wins, she's awesome, and then they don't talk about her at all. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that she isn't crossing over. Like, she's a nice looking bald chick that beats the fuck out of people. That's not marketable. And she's not with the rah-rah shit. She's very calm and collective. And it's just a beast in the octagon. I hopefully this does her well. Hopefully she gets some stuff out of that, you know? So this one's interesting. Jared Cannonier is going to fight Anderson Silva at UFC 237, which is in Brazil. If this isn't a win and walk off forever fight, I don't know what is. I don't know. But here's the thing. I've been seeing a lot of verified analysts say that this fight's weird. How, though, is my thing. So, what I think the UFC does good at times, and sometimes they completely drop the ball in, is you can't put all your eggs in one basket. You gotta go 50-50. Now, there's obviously 3 ways you could have booked Silva. You could have given him the next top contender, and he probably loses. You could have gave him a nobody, and he wins. Probably. Nothing's guaranteed, right? Or you do this and you meet in the middle. Now, you have to protect both assets. So, Cannonier is legit at 185. Remember, he did pretty good at 205, but just couldn't take the punches from the big boys. So he drops to 85. I believe he's fought once. And he's looked so good. I say he's looked so good. He looked so good. Now, this is a fight Silva could lose. This is also a fight Silva could win, and that's good. Because you gotta predict for both outcomes, especially with a guy as old as Silva. If Silva wins this fight, he beat someone who's really good. He hasn't had enough fights to be. He hasn't had enough fights in the division to clearly solidify himself as a future top contender. But if you know fighting and you see this guy fight at 85, there's something there. I'm not saying he's going to be champion. I'm not saying he's going to be top 5, not even top 10, but there's something there. They didn't put Silva against CM Punk or some Joe Schmo or a dude who has a losing record in the UFC. As I say that, does Jared Cannonier have a losing record in the UFC? No, I closed out Wikipedia too. I'm trash. Wikipedia. I'll go over. I search CB Dalloway. If he has a losing record in the UFC, I don't think he does, but if he does, I'm quitting. Oh, is he okay? Where is it? Okay, 0-1, 1-1, 2-1, 2-2, 3-2, 3-3. He's 4-4, so he doesn't have a losing record in the UFC. He's tied. I'm trash. Anyways, but it's different because he's dropped weight classes, right? That's the thing, is that sometimes when you move up a weight class, a la Thiago Santos fighting tomorrow, we'll get into that, or sometimes you drop a weight class and everything's better and you're just a different fighter. And I think that's happening with Cannonier, him fighting Silva. And like it says in this article, he vows not to show respect. That's good and scary. Because Derek Brunson, when he fought Silva, he gave him so much respect that he lost the fight. And then Adesanya met in the middle, respected him, but didn't respect him at the same time. And in my eyes, Silva won that second round, so it was a 2-1 fight in my eyes. So you kind of have to, if you really want like a better chance to win, you kind of have to be more aggressive against Silva. But then at the same time, that's what he wants, and that's all part of his game plan. So this is gonna be a fun fight. I like it. I don't see the negative side of it that people are talking about. Anything else? I think that's about it. I think that's about all of the oh shit, I mean do that. I think that's all of the trending topics right now. Yeah, some more stuff. There's Gius Woodley said he turned on the fight. Ben Askren's sexy ass. All right. So let's get to the fights tomorrow. We here now. So this is where I get all my odds. Right here. This is tomorrow on ESPN Plus. in the Czech Republic. The UFC will be on ESPN Plus. There are a couple of good ones. I won't go through every single one and bore y'all to death. But there's a couple good ones. Pedersoli versus Dwight Grant. That's a good one. And if you're into making money, Grant's a plus 125 underdog, and he got robbed by Zach Otto in Milwaukee, where Otto's from. So Dwight Grant versus Pedersoli, take Grant. Take the dog on that one. Chris Fishgold, who was a monster in Cage Warriors, he's fighting Daniel Tamer, the brother of David Tamer, who Daniel Tamer has no gas tank. He gets tired super fast all the time. So some bangers. Liz Carmouche is fighting. This one's so interesting. DeLima versus Stefan Struve. That's such an interesting fight because Stefan Struve is so bigger than everybody, but he uses his length for shit. And he's fighting a dude who used to fight at 205. So that's crazy. What's the height difference on these boys? What we got? Let's pull up the card. I didn't know the UFC got a new redesigned website. That's actually pretty dope. Wait, what are we doing here? No, get out of my face. Thank you. There we go. Pull this bad boys up. Last fight, win, loss. 6'1" versus 7 feet. Man, oh man. Yeah, that's interesting. But you know, don't know if the opponent was that credible. But DeLima looked really good in his last fight, and Struve looked really bad. So I imagine, I didn't see, but I imagine DeLima's the favorite. Right? Oh, it's a pick'em. Man, I like Lima in that fight. I do. I don't know. I like Lima in the fight, honestly. That's pretty good. There's some good fights. I mean, the fight's interesting enough. I wouldn't say it's a banger. I wouldn't say it's a hair raiser, but this one's good right here. John Vellante versus Michael Alexiak. Now, for those who don't know Alexiak, I'm gonna stop saying his name. But he was a huge underdog to fight, what's his name? Khalil Roundtree. He was a huge underdog, and he outclassed Roundtree. He had a way better gas tank. He was sticking to his jab. He might have even dropped Roundtree. I don't remember that. I just remember being so surprised. And then he got hit with one of those USADA investigations right after. And apparently they didn't find shit. Or they found something really small. Maybe a picogram? But that's a fun fight because Vellante always brings it. He always brings it. He doesn't give a fuck. He's out there just swinging. And this could be the same thing that happened with Roundtree. I think Vellante could get tired and just be swinging for the fences, and Alexiak is going to, stick to his jab and, outclass him. So what are the odds on that? Yeah, minus 200 for Alexiak. It's almost not even worth betting on. He's that much of a favorite. Usually, if it's minus 200 and above, you typically don't bet on it unless you're super sure. But yeah, not even really worth it at that point. What else we got? I like looking at this better than the odds. This fight is besides the main event, this fight is the one. I always want to call him Peter, but I think it's Piotr Jan. I think it's how you say it, Piotr Jan. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. But Jan is a monster, okay? He has one loss on his record, and it was a close split decision, I believe. But he just fought his last fight was like, I would say his last fight was like a month ago, right? Or am I tripping? I think his last fight was like a month ago, and he fought the number 14, 14 bantamweight, and he beat the shit out of him. And then you got John Dodson, who's also really, really good. We know that. He knocked out TJ Dillashaw. So this is it goes the main event, it goes this one, then it goes main event Dotson Jan, and then probably Volante Alexiuk, then Struve de Lima. Can we see the prelims? No prelims. What was that other fight that I said was really good on the prelim? There's one more fight that I was like, that's a really good one. Oh, Pedersoli and Grant. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Michael Prazeres or Michelle. Is it Michelle? Michael? Oh well. Prazeres is fighting the dude who I think he missed 155 every single time. Dude missed weight so much, and he's on a crazy winning streak. Prazeres is, but they won't give him fights because he just keeps missing weight. So he keeps fighting nobodies, and he's probably gonna dust this dude. And then let's talk about the main event. This is such a good fight. It's in a lost division. It's a division nobody cares about. But y'all need to stop playing on my boy Santos. Now, Blachowicz, he has been killing it. They keep throwing him these young up-and-comers. They threw him Cannonier. They throw him these guys, and I think that he fought Devin Clark, right? Is that who he fought? Do we got the recents down here? You're not gonna show me the recents. God damn it! Oh, I know Blachowicz has been fighting some up-and-comers. I know he fought Krylov his last fight, but he's beating the shit out of all of them, right? He fought Jimmy Manuwa and beat him. These guys both beat Jimmy Manuwa. But Santos at 205 is something else. It's very interesting when you talk about dropping weight classes and moving up weight classes, because Santos has been at 85 for so long. And it just seems like there were just certain punches that he couldn't take. And I wish I could credit the YouTuber or who wrote the article. I saw it somewhere, but they mentioned his name specifically when you talk about how you just can't take certain punches when you drop weight. And they're saying this gentleman said that Santos is one of those guys. And it makes sense, man. David Branch knocked out Thiago Santos. And that doesn't really make sense because Branch doesn't knock out anybody. So maybe Santos at 205 is just where he should have been all along. And he's so scary. Watch him versus Jimmy Manuwa again. Tell me Santos doesn't give you nightmares. That's crazy. And I think he wins this fight. I do. I see him knocking Blachowicz out because not only does he have scary, stupid power, but he doesn't get tired when he's throwing now. You know? Seems like he could just throw and throw for rounds after rounds because, well, that makes him sound too good. It looks like he can throw consistently with that power longer than he could at 85. And it looks like he took shots from Manoa too. He took shots from Jimmy Manoa. That's hard. Bless me. But the thing with Blachowicz is it's similar to what I was saying about Alexiak when he fought Roundtree, is that Blachowicz he'll hit you with technique. He'll stick behind his jab while Santos is swinging for the fences. Blachowicz he'll stick behind his jab, and he'll try to outclass Santos, outlast him, which should be the game plan. And I'm excited for this fight, but I think Santos gets a knockout. So this is the main card. If I'm gonna give you my picks for the main card, so left to right, I will take Yan over Dotson, in an entertaining fight. I could see it being, a 2-1 fight, maybe a split. Because Dotson's just that veteran, but Yan is so good. He's so good. He's gonna be a top contender at bantamweight. So give me Yan. Carmouche versus Pudilova. Pudilova's look really good at times. I'll take Pudilova over Carmouche. Who knows how much Carmouche still has left in the tank, So I'll take the young buck in that one. Or the young doe, not buck. Vellante versus Alexiak. I think this one's going to be fun because Vellante, he said it before, he doesn't care about, he just wants to go out there and put on a show. But I'll take Alexiak. I say he outclasses him. I'll say while Vellante's swinging for the fences, I'll say Alexiak he'll stick behind his jab, move his head. Vellante might gas out, and it'll be either a stoppage because Vellante's so gassed, or Alexiak will just win a clean decision. Struve versus De Lima. I actually gave this one some thought. But I'm gonna stick with Lima. I'm gonna take Rodrigo De Lima, or Rogerio De Lima. Sorry, I'll take De Lima over Struve. Struve has the reach, but he's never used it before, or has used it consistently. De Lima, he has knockout power. Struve doesn't have the best chin. I'll say De Lima gets it done, either by knockout or, like most Struve fights recently, it'll be a boring decision for Lima. But I'm leaning towards De Lima knockout. And then Blachowicz versus Santos. This is honestly a tough pick. Let me see the odds on this. I didn't even look at the odds on this. It's a pick'em. Yep, that makes perfect sense. It's a pick'em. I'm just gonna go with my gut and go Santos. If Blachowicz comes out and outclasses him, uses crisp boxing instead of power boxing, that's what he should do. But Santos has looked too good at 205 for me to count him out. So I will take Santos by knockout. So there you have it. My picks for the main card is Yan, Pudilova, Alexiak, De Lima, and Santos. That will be my pick. And that concludes this podcast. I appreciate you guys, whoever listens, appreciate you for listening. Like I said, I'm going to try to do 2 episodes a week. This will be episode 1. I'll do one in the end of the week, one in the beginning of the week. So I hope y'all enjoy the fights tomorrow. I will be watching for sure. And on the next episode, we will recap the fights. And we'll talk about that. So I will see you guys later. I'm out.